Hello friends, and welcome to this edition of Tarot Lessons Made Easy with Lady Leeanna. And today we are going to highlight the Empress and the Emperor, which isn't so much that they are alike each other as they are basically the masculine and feminine counterparts to each other on this one. And forgive me if I look down. I'm studying the cards as I'm reading them to you. And I'm not reading a script. I don't like to go by scripts whatsoever. So do bear with me. Okay, the Empress. And like I always tell you, draw out your cards so that you can study these with me, because that's very important. There are a great many symbols within each card, and only through studying and meditating on them will you grasp the whole ideal as to what they're trying to say to you. Now, let me point out some key highlights on the Empress card as far as the symbols within goes, and let me tell you, there are quite a few on this particular card. Now, she wears a crown of stars. She holds a scepter with a large knob on the end of it and holds it high in the air, exercising authority, basically purity. She wears a gown that is covered with what looks like pomegranates and possibly flowers on it. Either way, it represents fertility or fertility. She is resting and nestling on her throne, which is red, by the way, sexual in nature, near a forest which has a rushing stream of water back behind her and off to her side. Let's see. And she is in what looks to me like what was intended to be a wheat field, but is being cut down, obviously, so that you could see her. Now, she has a heart shape beside her with a feminine symbol within it. And what this whole card means is fertility for those who wish to bear children, fertility for farmers and people that are selling produce and so forth. Can also be fertility within business in this day and age, because at the time that the cards were created, it was mainly farmers and so forth. But nowadays, it could be referring likewise to business owners. Now, she holds a scepter high in the air, which shows in childbirthing, the power is within the physical body of the woman, as in nursing and giving birth to the child. It shows power within the female. Sexual love also, as she is on the red throne, where the Emperor is on the gray throne, meaning women hold the power of sexuality and exercise it quite wholeheartedly. But, you know, we all know that sexuality, the power of sexuality, it rests in both. But women do love to hold the scepter of calling all the shots in this particular area. But, nonetheless, being near the woods, it's nature at its fullest. The pomegranates on the gown or flowers, whichever. If it's a flower, it is a very fruitful flower. And basically it's talking about fertility. So, fertility of business, of growing things, of bearing children, rest within this card. Now, the stars on the crown is like, well, it's another sign of fertility because the stars are in multitudes. It's creation, actually. Like, let's look at the planets and how they break apart, and the pieces, they become stars, or like stars. It would be talking about creation, just like everything else in the card. Let's see, in the upside down position, it's unfruitfulness, lack of motivation, lack of will, being repressed, being controlled by others, unable to bear children, things of this nature. The heart inside the card in the upright position, it speaks about love and how the woman's sexuality is always controlled by her desire, her love. And remember, people, these cards were made in the oldest days, so some of the meanings may not hold the same today. In the upside down position may mean basically one that's unvirtuous, unwholesome, lack of motivation, lack of fertility, unable to bear children, and so forth. Now, in the Emperor card, it talks about kingship, government, leadership, temporal power, control of masses. Basically, it's saying one who guides and leads other people. He holds a scepter with a feminine symbol on it, and he holds a pomegranate in his left hand, which also represents fertility. So, ability to have children. Let's see. But he's powerful. He's older man. And he seems to be pretty balanced and logical within all the aspects within the cards. The ram's head is one's animal instincts or passions. Let's see. Also stubbornness, bullheadedness, which could be both a falling or a positive. But in the upright position, it shows he leads ironcladly, but in the right way, logically. And he holds to the things he says. Basically, an honest man. Could represent a judge within court. Could represent fertility and being able to bear children, to give children. Let's see. In the upside down position, a king that will fall. A government that will crash. A government controlled by its people. Again, lack of motivation or will. And stubbornness that will turn against one. Overly pridefulness that will lead his men to their death. Could represent military people in the upright position or the upside down position. Militant control, leadership within the military, and a people that will fall in the upside down position. All in all, the two cards are very powerful cards, mainly when you're talking about leading people. It would be political and hardly religious at all, I would think. Now, they're both about bearing children, or about having a healthy harvest, and about good and fruitful business, both of them. Now, the Empress, like the Emperor, could also represent a judge, but a female judge within this day and age. And so, both of these cards should be very reflected on. You should meditate on them very strongly. Two powerful cards, and you'll see them in the readings quite frequently. Usually, when these cards come up, it's talking about fruitful business or having children, becoming pregnant. Now, the Emperor, one meaning I forgot about, she also means marriage, that a marriage is soon to come. So, a woman who's vying, or a man who's vying to marry a particular person that surrounds their life will probably get their wish. Now, in respect to the other cards, it would validate this to you, to where you would know for a fact what you're saying to be true. This has been another edition of Tarot Lessons Made Easy with Lady Leeanna, and I hope that you've enjoyed this particular show highlighting the Emperor and the Empress, and that you'll join us again for yet another lesson in the very near future. Please, as always, leave suggestions in the lower panel of the discussions, and rate, comment, and subscribe if you will, to keep the channel alive and flowing. Blessed be, and you take care now. Bye-bye.